Hello, my viewers. Welcome to Gashi's Kaiman TV. And this is Gashi's Kaiman, the tallest man in Black Africa. A number of our viewers has requested me to give a critical analysis of what I think about Kalonzo Musyoka's game plan. And before I do that, let me inform you that Kalonzo Musyoka voted out of Azimio, and he decided to go all the way to contest for the presidency. And Raila had promised him the post of the chief minister, responsible for supervising all the government ministries, all the government development plans, all the projects that are taking place or that will be taking place during the Azimio government reign. And he was also promised 20% of the cabinet and all the government appointments. So these were sweeteners, very attractive indeed. And again, 1,005 kilometers of tarmac road in Ukabani, new dams were to be constructed, and water pipelines, and 3 level 6 hospitals. I think this was too much, and to Raila's surprise and to many people's surprise, he turned down the offer. If you ask me, I would say Kalonzo made the greatest mistake of his life. For one, when you look at it, already there are legal hurdles to overcome. When you look at the situation, already he had committed himself and signed to work with he's a member of the Azimio One Kenya Alliance, the coalition. And even if he is cleared, which I highly doubt, IBC could be challenged in court. And mark you, it will be challenged in court if he is cleared. There will be legal hurdles, and because according to the Political Parties Act, one should not belong to two coalition parties or to two parties, and you can only leave, according to Azimio, you could only leave 3 months after the elections, and then he was supposed to have resigned from Wiper. I think is it 3 months or 6 months, something like that. 3 months maybe before the elections. So what we have is that I think he's playing into Mutula Kilonzo's Junior's trap. Kwa sababu Mutula Kilonzo is one person who is eyeing to be the kingpin of the Ukabani region. Na hii ni kwa sababu ukiangalia tunaona kwamba Kalonzo ameshaanza kuzeeka, na kama unavyoona uliona hata mwanawe, the son, actually wanted to be a deputy governor. And it is after he prevailed on him, that is when he decided to step down. Because you see, maybe he not found it fit to have the son and the father maybe in politics at the same time. So when you look at it, you find that Mutula Kilonzo has actually read a trap. One thing I know about Mutula Kilonzo cannot work with William Ruto for reasons best known to him, and utaona kwamba hawa ni maadui wakubwa sana na hawezi wakafugiwa katika zizi moja, kwa sababu anasema kwamba unajua kile kifo cha Mutula Kilonzo kilikuwa na maswali mengi ambayo hakuweza kujibiwa, na kuna baadhi ya watu ambao huwa wanatajwa hapa na pale. Unajua lisemwalo lipo na kama halipo laja. Kalonzo, even if we were to go all the way to the presidency, you can take this to the bank. He cannot get more than 400,000 votes. Kwa sababu ukiangalia utaona kwamba watu wengi sasa wamechoshwa na the watermelonism in him. Kule kubadilika kama lubwi, kubadilika kama kinyoga, mara uko hapa, kesho uko pale, hujulikani unaelekea wapi. Ni swala balo limewasubua watu wengi, ni swala balo watu wengi wataki kuhusishwa nalo. Kwa hivyo people want somebody who is principled, and when I listen to the Kaba people, a number of my friends are saying that they're very tired of Kalonzo Musyoka because he seems like he doesn't know what he wants in life. Now the other thing is that Kalonzo has committed what I would call a political suicide. Amejitia kitanzi, amejimaliza yeye mwenyewe kisiasa, kwa sababu utaona kwamba already if he doesn't agree with what is being offered by Baba, atakuja kulia mdomo juu siku moja, kwa sababu nini, bahati haiji mara mbili, kuja tu mara moja, na ikija ichukue, ing'ang'anie, ibugie kwa mikono yote miwili. And then when you look at Ruto side, all the posts have been taken. Hakuna mahali ambapo anaweza enda pale. Nafikiri nasikia hata wanawambia kwamba ikiwa ataenda pale aende tu with unconditionally, expecting nothing. Na kama unajua mkono mtupu haulabwi, kwa hivyo ataenda kulaba nini upande ule mwingine. Kwa hivyo that is why the guy is so much confused. The other thing is that Mutula Kalonzo is looking for every opportunity to replace this man. And you remember I have said that the man is aging, and I also said that anytime Mutula Kalonzo will replace him. Na Kalonzo vile anafanya ni kwamba utapata kwamba mara kwa mara huwa anataka kupitia katikati. Hataki, ni kama mtu ambaye hataki kutoka sana, kwa sababu unaona hata wakati alijaribu kuja upande wa Azimio, hatuoni akifanya kampeni kama Martha Karua, hatuoni akiwa na nia nzuri. And then maybe you ask yourself, what is his game plan? What does he want? And what are his intentions? According to me, he wants to deny Raila Amolo's victory, so that he can punish him, so that he can revenge. Because according to him, he was promised by Raila Amolo Odinga during the NASA, not the NASA, even it was NASA, yeah, wakati wa NASA, kwamba Raila Amolo Odinga agemuga mkono. And you see, they did not win the elections. And if they won the elections, Raila did not become the president. Anataka kulipizia kisasi ili Raila asishide. Kushida kwa Raila na ule umaarufu wa Raila ni jambo ambalo linamtia kinyogo sana, linamfanya muonee kinyogo, jambo ambalo linamfanya akose kulala vizuri hata usiku. So I think that is one thing that he's after, because when you look at it, since he came to Azimio, he has caused more harm than good. The man has been trying to confuse Raila Amolo Odinga and trying to threaten him all the time, and trying to force himself to be Raila's running mate. And I want to congratulate Amolo Odinga because he stood very firm and did not even agree to his term. The other thing is that he wants to force what I call a runoff, and maybe in the process support Ruto. Remember, what I know is that Kalonzo does not want to join Baba. And if he's joining Baba, anytime he joins Baba, I think he'll never be joining Baba with clean hands. And this is one, because I remember, there was a time he was even saying that I think he wants a number so that he could impeach Raila Amolo Odinga if he does not do some things. So, who is this person who wants to start impeaching the president the next day he is sworn in office? Because I think even if he were to be nominated, he would have started campaigning the following day. If Raila was to be sworn in on maybe say September or October, immediately after they were sworn in, Kalonzo would have started the campaign, because he feels that Raila owes him a lot and he must support him. Na kwa hivyo hata kule kusema Raila tosha kwa mara ya tatu, I think it was not coming from his heart. It's because maybe he feels that Mutula Kalonzo was forcing him not to go to Ruto side. Kwa sababu ukiangalia Gideon naye pia hawezi kwenda upande wa Ruto, kwa sababu hawa ni maji na mafuta ambao hawezi wakachanganywa. Na jambo lingine ni kwamba I think he want to auction the Kaba community to the highest bidder. Kwamba unajua hawa wanasiasa, kile ambacho kinafanyika ni kwamba mara nyingi kama unaviona wengine hununuliwa na wanawekewa pesa, tuseme kwa mfano mabilioni, wengine wananunuliwa mabilioni ya pesa ili waweze kuunga mkono wenzao. It doesn't come that easy. Kwa sababu unajiuliza, nani huyu ambaye anaweza kufanya kampeni miaka hii yote kisha mara moja amwachilie mwenzake? Kwa hivyo utapata kwamba some of them, politics sometimes ni kama business. It's actually a business whereby you can sell your support to an opponent and you can withdraw even during the last minute. So maybe Kalonzo would actually be very happy to auction the Kaba community, maybe to Ruto or maybe Raila. And maybe Raila is refusing, I don't know. I don't want to commit myself on this. But what I know is that in politics, anything is possible, because people look for their own interests. The other thing I think about Kalonzo, our game plan, is that Kalonzo could be managing a psychological crisis, which we call integrity versus despair. Integrity comes when a man reaches around 70 years and that's integrity and despair. You start looking backward and see what you have done, what you have not done. And if you are satisfied with what you have done, you become a man of integrity, you feel happy, you feel good, and you feel you have achieved a lot. And you despair if you feel that it is vice versa. When you look at Kalonzo, Kalonzo somehow has not succeeded so well. Although he has been very lucky to be the vice president, he has been very lucky to be a minister in Moi's government for so many years, been a diplomat. When you look at him, he has not achieved a lot. Because even when you are counting the billionaires in this country, he doesn't come anywhere near the Kenyan billionaires like Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga, Ruto na wengine. In fact, na ndio sababu utaona kwamba he could be managing what I'm calling a psychological crisis of integrity versus despair, whereby this man could be despairing. And you see, when a man is despairing, well, that's why we say desperate times call for desperate measures. So this man can go anywhere. Katika lugha ya Kikuyu tunasema ikiwa ndege amechoka anaweza kutua kwenye mti wowote ule, hata kama una meiba, hata kama una nini, anaweza kutua juu ya mti wowote au mahali popote pale. The other thing is that I think he could also be trying to look for a post-election coalition so that he can remain relevant. Kwa sababu unapoangalia utaona kwamba with the time some politicians becomes irrelevant. With the age some politicians become irrelevant. And that is why usually after 80 years, 75, 80, if you have not been very active, you'll be forgotten and you become irrelevant completely, and nobody want to be associated with you. Nobody want to consult you because, and that is why you see somebody like Uhuru Kenyatta want to remain relevant. Because you see, the guy is not that old at 60. He's somebody with a lot of energy. And that's why you still want to remain in Azimio. So that, power is very sweet for those who have tasted power. It is so sweet. And Kalonzo has tasted power. And that is why he feels that he must remain relevant. Because with this comes a lot of money, comes influence, comes so many things. And again, I think he's fighting the three Ukabani governors. Like Gilo is given a prominent role in Azimio because she's in Azimio or council. Kibwana is also there with a big say. Mutua skipped the rope and joined. Actually, he skipped the rope before Kalonzo and joined Ruto, and it was promised a number of things. But when you look at Kalonzo has nowhere to go. So he want to bring the Kaba voice to him, so that they don't go to Ruto maybe, or they don't go to Baba. And when he does that, he will remain very, very relevant, and he'll be fighting these governors. But what do you think? I think it is not easy to fight these three governors. Kwa sababu ukiangalia utaona kwamba even when we had NASA, na alikuwa pale as Baba's running mate, utaona kwamba Mutua was able to be elected on independently of Kalonzo, because he went through Madel Chap, and he won the race. Look at Giru, Nak, Akashida. Look at the Kivuda Kibwana. Kivuda Kibwana also won without Kalonzo. Kile ambacho kinatokea ni kwamba he could be fighting a losing battle. So when you look at all this, I think Baba did the right thing for not nominating Kalonzo as his running mate. For one, if he was nominated, I think this could have been a disaster for Raila Amolo Odinga. And the other thing is that it's only a mad person who continue doing the same thing, using the same method and expecting different results. Because I'm saying this because when you look at Raila Amolo Odinga, twice, Kalonzo has been his running mate. And it has not been that very good. But now you see with Mother Karua, you can see what is happening in the country. You can see the excitement. You can see the love for Baba. You can see the love for Mother Karua. And you see now this when we have the dynamic duo. I don't know what to think, but this is my take that Raila is headed to State House. I am a host, Gashis Kaman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Have a great day.